This was a touch spell, and I'm gonna force myself to beat the game just by using these spells. No weapons, no potions, and no fast travel. Can we become the hero Cyrodiil needs and beat the disastrous Oblivion invasion just by touching everyone? Let's find out. Our story begins in the Imperial prison. Oh my god, it's so majestic. So good. Oh my god, this place looks nice. I'm so excited for us. Wow. This place is cozy, but I think we should leave. An inmate tells us some nasty stuff.
You're going to die in here, high elf.
And then a group of blades come in and open a secret passage. Oh, and this guy wants to see our face.
Let me see your face.
Regardless of the heinous crimes we've probably done, we're set free, and our touching adventure begins. But we've run into the first problem of this run. We have no touch spells. Unfortunately, there's no way around this. We just have to run through the first section of the game without fighting anyone. The whole dungeon is quick, and the enemies are dumb. Look at them. Once you use a door to another cell, the enemies just give up. So there's like zero aggro. The blades can fight the rest.
This doesn't concern you, prisoner. Am I supposed to be impressed? You're pathetic. For the Emperor!
And we don't have to do anything. And I mean it. We can just stand around. Even in that assassination segment. The Emperor is killed, and the blades have failed.
We failed.
You might have noticed I picked an Altmer character. This is why. Bretons have a bonus to willpower, which can give them magic regen, and that is good. But at the same time, they don't have the big magicka bonus, which the Altmer have. Plus, the Altmer have a bigger destruction bonus, unlike the Bretons, who have a conjuration bonus. The majority of conjuration is useless to us, as we really can't use summons, because the spell effects are usually targeted on self. That's why we're a beautiful Altmer. Also, we're taller than everyone else, and we can feel superior because of it.
TCD isn't compensating for anything.
I also thought about getting spells from birth signs. Some of them are touch spells, but these spells also have effects on ourselves, so we can't take them. I chose the mage. It's gonna be super OP. Anyways, the first dungeon is cleared, and we can move on. This was an end to the Emperor, but it's just the beginning for us. It's time for us to head out and become the thing we chose to be.
Really? I would never have guessed.
We escaped the sewers, and we're free. Our current destination is Wayne Priory. As we admire the sunny weather, Harry decides to look around the nearest dungeon. There's really no need to go inside, but we can at least kill the guys outside with some beginner touch spells the game gave us, and then loot them. It doesn't take long for a cat guy to try and rob us.
Pay up, or else.
That's unfortunate. For him, we find a magical well, and use it right away. Keep in mind Harry has level 1, and he already has insane amounts of magicka. This proves useful, as we get attacked by bandits. Again, unfortunate. For them, we come across a town filled with invisible people, but they're gonna be ungrateful, and they suck, so we're ignoring them. It's pretty common to bump into traveling NPCs on the road. You might think it's a good idea to kill them, but they drop nothing on lower levels. We're broke and jail sucks, so no, not a good idea. We admire the scenery of Cyrodiil, and guess what?
Your money or your life.
Another cat guy. What a Harry sees a small farm, and that means we're getting close. The Priory is full of short people, and the Grandmaster of the Blades, Joffrey, sends us to find the Emperor's son. One of the monks is also kind enough to make our travels faster, by giving us his horse.
Please, if you need a horse, take mine from the Priory stables.
Our next destination is the city of Kvatch. Using the road would take too long, so I'll just go in a straight line. Harry is trying to be friendly with everyone, so it's really not nice to run into people that don't share this mindset.
Leave. Now.
Make it quick. You're not welcome around here.
We're getting closer to Kvatch, and we can already see that something's wrong. We also travel around a dungeon we'll visit again later. I tried to run around that screaming guy at Kvatch, but it didn't work.
Run when you can!
Huh, everything seems fine. These guys are useless, so we need to solve this little issue ourselves. We pretend we're Obi-Wan, and we use our acrobatics and athletics to maneuver around our enemies. The scams are okay to kill, but the more we take hits, the more we suffer. I didn't forbid myself from using these fountains, because we don't give this effect to ourselves, but we're given the effect. Same goes for blessings at altars. This doesn't break any of my rules, and since I can't use potions or spells on myself, I wanted to have an option to heal. Our adventure in this gate is pretty calm, but I wouldn't want to get stuck here. The sigil keeper gets bodied. And we close the gate, but it's not over yet, as we still need to clear the courtyard, and then pick up Sean Bean.
Yes, I'll come with you to Wayne Priory.
I'll do the rest of the battle later. Harry and Sean Bean get distracted by a dead scamp, and honestly I get it. It is pretty fascinating. Come on Sean, keep up. The Hagdirt people are still rude, but our little trip is not over yet, as Wayne Priory is attacked by the same assassins that came for the Emperor. The worst part is, our horse monk guy has been slain. Oh, and they took the amulet the Emperor gave us before.
They've taken it! The Amulet of Kings is gone!
So what now? Is it over? Nope. We're getting on our horses and moving out, baby. I showed the boys that town with invisible NPCs, and Oblivion gates seem to open everywhere. And guess who we meet again? Oh my god, it's her.
Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kvatch, aren't you?
Godspeed, friend. What a nice and flat location. I sure hope nothing bad will happen here. We travel around Bruma and right to the Blade Temple.
Hail, Dragonborn! Hail, Martin Septim! Hail!
Everyone is happy about Sean Bean. No one really cares about us. Who are these assassins? Why did they assassinate the Emperor? Why am I only 5'9" in real life? Some of these questions need quick answers. So Joffrey sends us to the Imperial City to see our old friend from the sewers.
Move along, friend.
This guy is suspicious, so Harry kills him. He's weird and still moves after he's dead. The guards really didn't like this.
It's all over, lawbreaker.
Anyways, Boris is a nice guy, and our next stop is the Arcane University.
I believe that his writings contain hidden clues to the location of the Mythic Dawn's secret shrine to Mehrunes Dagon.
We're apparently a librarian, because we try to find and take care of books now. We need to collect 4 to find those red guys. We take the 3rd one from this short elf, sell some garbage, level up, and head to the sewers, to attend a meeting where we can find the 4th book. This gets somewhat tricky, as our friend Boris is no longer unkillable. Be sure to persuade him to meet the sponsor. I'm going to show you how to fight these guys, so Boris doesn't die. We need the upper hand in this fight, so I need to attack first. I also need to attack these 2 guys before they get close to Boris. I get up in the middle of this guy's speech and attack him. Once he's dead, I run up to his 2 lackeys and delete them as well. Boris is alive, we escape the sewers,
Health and fortune, traveler.
and admire the dragon statue. And we can move on to infiltrating the red guys, aka the cult called the Mythic Dawn. The trip there is pretty tedious, but we got to see a nice view of the province. We're here.
Dawn is breaking.
These guys are crazy, and I'm not giving them my precious stuff.
Then you have come here to die. Cannot escape the Master's vigilance.
We get a look at our main enemy, Mankar Cameron, the father of this guy and this lady. He's the leader of this cult, and our main target. Harry is a dork, and while trying to stop Mankar, he falls and gets a bad hit. Mankar leaves, the statue falls on that Argonian priest guy, and he gets absolutely splattered. We almost die. It's just a mess, guys. We at least steal his book, make a mess of this place, and run away. But we're not heading back to Sean just yet. I want to make us more powerful, so after some traveling, we arrive to the only place in Cyrodiil which allows us to make custom spells this early, the beautiful Frost Crag Spire. To activate our spellmaking altar, we need some expensive candles. But first, we need to get money. This spire is amazing, because we can use portals to access guild halls across Cyrodiil, well except the one in Kvatch. I'm gonna travel to the guild hall in Burville. We need Ida Rianus to buy a paralyzed spell. It's somewhat expensive as well, but I have a plan. I joined the mages guild so I can freely take stuff. I collect some alchemy equipment and sled back to the guild vendor. Now we can buy the spell. Our illusion skill is pretty low to cast it, so we need to find a place to level illusion up. Harry is lucky, because the Oblivion invasion is in full effect, and a gate opens near Burville. It's pretty uninteresting, but we can spam a calm spell on a Dremora to level illusion up. The gate is closed, and our illusion is skilled up, and we can continue our journey. Traveling through a portal is great, but we sadly didn't transport with our horse, so Harry is forced to walk back. Our destination is the Talos Plaza district, the one with the dragon statue. It just so happens a unicorn is chilling in the forest, along the way to the Imperial City. I don't hesitate and use it to complete our short journey. I prepare my paralyzed spell, and I use it on Dorian, the unlucky and insanely rich resident of the Talos Plaza district. Now we're rich, and can buy those candles. We head back to our tower, and make ourselves a bit more powerful. I didn't know how to name these spells, so I used the names of movies Steven Seagal appeared in. Some of these spells are to delete enemies, some make them cold, some are great for making us last a bit longer in a fight. Some are a mix of everything, and some can help our allies, because we're a friendly guy. I made them differ, as some enemies can be immune to specific effects. We leave our tower, and I think it's time to try these spells out. Joffrey sends us to take care of some Mythic Dawn spies. This is perfect. These spies are not far away, and get absolutely bodied. We also inspect their basement, and find a note. The game wants us to leave this basement through a cave, but I always avoid this, because once I use the cave entrance door, the game usually crashes. I don't know why this happens, but it does. Let me know if some of you guys know why. Sean Bean sends us to acquire a Daedric artifact. The game recommends doing Azura's quest, but to be honest, I think there's a better option. This will give us an artifact we won't be able to use anyways, and which we can hand over to Sean. Sheergorath's quest. Our unicorn disappeared for some reason, but I'll just use Joffrey's horse. I transport to Leowyn, and I need to collect some items.
I think a lesser soul gem, a head of lettuce, and some yarn will do the trick.
All of these items can be found in the guild hall. We're tasked to make a mess out of a harmless Khajiit town. These guys believe in some sort of prophecy, so let's make it happen. We lure rats into town with smelly cheese, and then use rat poison to kill their sheep. Then Shio drops dogs from the sky, and the whole town goes crazy. Just a normal day in Cyrodiil. We get to Wabbajack and leave.
Good riddance to this tool of mischief.
There seems to be a problem in Bruma, where a literal gate to hell opens right in front of the city.
I've just received word from the Countess of Bruma that an Oblivion gate has opened outside the city.
Our task is simple. Show these dorks, these noobs, how to close this gate. Two of these guys managed to die in like the first minute of our trip, and the only surviving member is Bird, the captain of the guard. He's a guy that we've observed while he was sleeping. Using cold spells works really well, and Harry shows this dweeb what's up. We really know how to take care of these gates, so of course we're sent to do more.
I'm sorry, but the cities of Cyrodiil will have to fend for themselves for the time being.
You're useless. We still need to help Kvatch. My healing spell will finally be put to good use. No, he died. We attack the castle and everyone dies. Luckily, this guy is still alive. And we can use that cold spell again to clear out the rest of the enemies. The last gate on our list is in Shading Hall. The Count's son is stuck here, and I'm going to show you how to keep him alive. The reason I like to skill up my acrobatics and athletics is so I can jump around these locations. We avoid these guys and jump around these gates to get to the main tower. We kill every enemy in advance, and then we come back and pick up our homies. You could also make some ridiculous healing spells and heal these guys, but they're dorks, and it's way harder to manage. I prefer this way, as we can freely walk to the sigil stone and close the gate. The Count thanks us, and gives us an option to pick from reward weapons we can't use anyways. We level up, sell garbage, and find out there's no use in buying spells in Shading Hall. Harry needs to fetch a few more items. We hop on our horse, admire nature, get yelled at by Ulrich,
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
and go on a long trip to find the armor of Tiber Septim. We annihilate skeletons, and Harry really doesn't like this place. This dungeon is full of undead, and we'll make sure they're dead for good this time. We find undead blades as well, and free them so we can use them to open a passage to Tiber Septim's armor. Now is the time to come back to that dungeon we traveled around before. This was a cakewalk for us. Until it wasn't. No! Come on! Jesus! What the... Are you... Okay, he's dead. That was insane. Before we take on the Great Gate, I want to get a bit stronger again. While completing the allies for Bruma and traveling across Cyrodiil's cities, I also visited mage vendors and bought some more spells so we can create new custom spells for ourselves. I also unequip armor so our spell effectiveness is higher. We travel to our mage tower and make a few new spells. These are way more aggressive. Some of them will straight up one-shot enemies. Now that that's done, let's go to battle. Did Joffrey just steal our horse? I used spells to spawn kill the Daedra. This should be effective, and save some of our friends from dying. No, Boris! Okay, this is sad, but we can still manage to— No, Joffrey! Let's do this before everyone dies. This gate is actually super easy. The developers wanted you to go through every tower, and fight your way to the Sigil Keep. But we've been leveling up our speed a lot, so we can just jump around the lava and some rocks, and use a shortcut to the main tower. This is done in about 2 minutes. After dodging some traps and killing the Sigil Keeper, we close the gate.
I'm a bit busy here.
What a victory. I can't believe we actually— No! It's actually very sad, but we can finally take care of our main enemy.
Farewell, my friend. Our fate is in your hands. Bring back the Amulet of Kings.
This place is actually beautiful, and our spells are OP.
Leave me in peace. Well, you will fail.
I'm not really patient, so these guys just fall as we approach them. We escape the Forbidden Grotto with our new Mythic Dawn trader elf.
Can you bring this eternal nightmare to an end?
Pick up some nice flowers.
Let's put an end—
And meet our old friends.
You did not expect to see me again, did you?
They have every reason to hate us, to be honest.
Fool! I am immortal here!
Well, that's that. I'm not patient again, and I just attack the guy. Be careful as he can reflect damage. He's still no match for us. We elude him and give Sean the amulet.
Belongs to me? The Amulet of Kings? Yes, of course. What am I waiting for?
This is our last trip, and we're without a horse. We walk around that town with invisible NPCs again.
Excuse me. We have a small problem that we hope you can help us with.
They're annoying, but whatever. We enjoy our moments with our friend. Just a side note, I wanted to use some powerful restoration spells to boost our horse and travel around with super speed. But these spells are costly, and most of our travels were on uneven terrain, so we would die a lot anyways. We've almost won, but the unthinkable happens.
Chancellor Ocado, the city is under attack. Oblivion gates have opened and Daedra are inside the walls. The guard is overwhelmed. The Imperial...
There's really no need to fight as much, but we can still gear up. Also, Sean is killable, so make sure he doesn't die.
Farewell. You've been a good friend in the short time that I've known you. But now I must go. The dragon waits.
So that's it, folks. TCD has beaten the game. Just by touching everyone. Don't worry, everyone gave us their consent. We weren't creepy at all. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see each other next time, where we try to answer the question, can you beat Skyrim just by sucking everyone?